Sundowns and Pirates, they both qualified. No matter what happens, no matter what the results are. The only important thing now is, do they qualify as group winners or do they qualify as runners-up? And remember, that's very important. Why? It all boils down to who you're going to face in the next round.
Great run. He pulls it back. Rasmus Højlund. Thunderous. It's an absolute net buster.
Hello, welcome to another exciting episode of the Diski Preview Show. Brought to you by Betfred at Betfred for the Betfred lovers. Your host, yours truly, uThisha. uThisha, weDiski. And I'm not riding solo.
You never see that.
With for the ever reliable. I've never seen it's the games. The games.
Okay. No, yeah, let's go.
Umo, the guy that needs no introduction. Welcome, Mo.
I feel welcome, Chief.
Yeah?
I feel welcome.
I part last week.
But it's like
I'm a straight draw.
But was I wrong though?
Yeah?
Was I wrong though?
Yeah, you're wrong.
I
Pirate
wasn't
didn't
wrong,
sit
man.
back. Pirate attacked.
No.
But that's the story for another day.
It's calling in Sundowns. It was 1-1 until what? 19 minutes plus. So was I wrong?
You're wrong.
I can't predict own goals, guys.
Yeah, now what exciting games. Guys, we have another exciting show for this week. We're going back to the biggest tournament on the African soil. That is the CAF Champions League. It's the final games of the group stages. And in today's show, we have, once again, the Orlando Pirates who will be visiting Ahly, Egypt, in Egypt. And then we have Mamelodi Sundowns who will be welcoming AS FAR Rabat from Morocco. Exciting games, eh?
Exciting games, but a long conversation we're going to have. So let's get straight into it. Don't forget, if you want to show us some love, drop a comment. But make sure your comments are positive towards me. And then drop a share with your friends. And don't forget to drop a like.
And if you don't have an account with Betfred, if you're not part of the Betfred family, simply take out your phone, go to your PC, any electronic device, and open a Betfred account and get up to 500 free spins and up to 5,000 first deposit match and start betting. Immediately. With Betfred. Betfred gives you the best odds all the time. And on to our first game. Ahly hosting Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
Biggest mistake people are making, ne?
Yeah.
I've seen also in the comments. People are saying, hey, we look at goal difference before head-to-head. Let's correct that.
Yeah.
You look at head-to-head, then goal difference.
Are those the CAF rules?
Those are the CAF rules. Champions
Okay.
League. Head-to-head, then goal difference.
Okay.
Proof of that, Sundowns have already qualified. Proof of that, Pirates has already qualified.
When you say Sundowns is already qualified, what do you mean by that?
I mean, with whatever happens with other results, they've qualified.
As things stand or?
As things stand.
Oh. No, we'll get to that conversation later.
As things stand. Pirates already qualified. And you know, I've heard people speaking.
You're saying Pirates qualify. You're not saying Sundowns qualify.
No, they're both qualified. They're both.
What?
Sundowns and Pirates. They're both qualified. No matter what happens, no matter what the results are. The only important thing now is, do they qualify as group winners or do they qualify as runners-up? And remember, that's very important. Why? It all boils down to who you're going to face in the next round. If you finish top, you're going to face one of the runners-up from other groups. If you finish second, you're going to face one of the group winners. And surely everyone wants to face the runners-up. I mean, you stand a better chance of beating them, don't you?
Hey, man, I don't know. You know, the thing about that logic is that let's paint a scenario, right? Group A, possible runners-up could be Sundowns or FAR Rabat. Or still Raja Casablanca. Because that's still an open can.
They're out. Penny de Baba. It's Sundowns and FAR Rabat.
Okay, my bad. I'm just saying.
The game will determine who finishes top.
I'm just saying.
Also, you're saying it doesn't matter who you face. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying that it could still boil down to, you know, you can still face the Sundowns that are runner-ups. You can still face an Ahly that are runner-ups. You can still face a Pyramids that are runner-up. Or you can go, you know what I mean? Like it's not written in stone, man. It's not like if a team finishes second in the group stages, they're not a good team. It just means that maybe they didn't have a good campaign in this CAF Champions League. And now there's going to be a whole month or so without the CAF Champions League football. So these teams are going to go back, catch up all those games they didn't play in the league, and then catch up all those cup games that they missed. By the time they come back, it'll be a different setup in terms of where their focus will be, the players they'll be using. There's still transfer windows in different places around the world. So you could come back and find a different Ahly where where they were weak before, now they have new signings and they're strong. So, in my opinion, it's not going to work out the way you think it's going to work out. It's going to be a difficult tournament nonetheless.
So we're having this game now. First game we're talking about Ahly Orlando Pirates. Both the teams have qualified.
Yeah.
What do we expect from this game? They've both qualified. So what do you say? Do they just take it easy, avoid injuries, or go out so they finish top?
I think this game is going to be as muted as the first game. Remember when it came to Orlando, it ended as a 0-0 draw. Both teams had their moments. I mean, Pirates started off strong, but Ahly finished the second half strong. So they weren't really giving up too much because they didn't want to risk any injuries or risk anything. Still very early in the campaign. So I mean, I remember even at the time the biggest conversation was that uPhesi was not playing. Remember, it was one of those things that were a big talking point for this match. But back home, they're now settled. They know that they're through. Do they really want to go in and win this match, or are they comfortable finishing second? You understand? So I don't expect them to just sit back and relax. I mean, they're at home. Mm-hmm. And from what we've seen in this group stages so far, Ahly at home is a deadly combination because they've been doing quite well whenever they had teams come over. I mean, Belouizdad went there and lost 6-1. So I don't think that they want to sit back and relax. They'll take this game seriously. But from my perspective, I think Pirates must just watch out because Ahly will be feeling that they want to, make a statement. They haven't lost any of their home matches in this group stages so far.
And Pirates, they haven't lost a single game. Do you see Pirates finishing the group, the rounds unbeaten? Or will this be their first loss?
The thing about Pirates is a very touchy situation because they're playing very good football. I mean, they're one of the best teams right now in the CAF Champions League. So I don't assume that they'll go there and lose by 5-0. But I do think it'll be a marginal loss for them when you look at the situation at the moment. Yeah.
What situation?
No, the situation that they're facing Ahly, the best in Africa. The Centurions.
Man. I don't know where you guys get this facts. We've spoken about the head-to-head.
How many Champions League does Pirates have?
Champions League. As a head-to-head, how many times has Ahly beaten Pirates? Whenever we talk about Ahly and the Pirates, people seem to think Ahly is way greater than Orlando Pirates. Gandhi, stats don't say that. Stats don't say that.
Okay.
Stats don't say that.
Where was the last place where Ahly beat Pirates?
Where?
The last venue.
Ask me which year.
Bro, that's 2013.
Yo, how many years back? How many years back?
But okay, here's the trend with Ahly and Pirates. Here's the trend. Pirates will always win it or throw it at home. But whenever they go to Egypt, do they ever win in Egypt?
They do ever win in Egypt.
What day was this?
Remember that time you guys said, hey, they were fasting. Where were they playing? Where were they playing?
Okay, no problem.
So they do have a win.
Okay, no problem.
They do have a win. Yeah, so Pirates is capable of beating.
So you see why I'm saying Pirates is a touchy situation.
Mm-hmm.
You can come on this platform and say Pirates will win. Everyone will back you. Yeah, go, Pirates gonna win. The moment you say Pirates gonna lose, people start going, hey, what do you say? Pirates will lose this game.
We go back to the last game.
Okay.
You went for a straight draw. You said Pirates doesn't need to call out, they need to relax, and then they'll go to.
No, I said Sundowns mustn't go all out.
Pirates, you said the same thing with Pirates. You looked at Pirates, and I said to you, in this very same show, Pirates has never been a defensive side. They're going to call out. They did exactly that. Now, here's the last game. I ask you the same question again. They've qualified.
By you.
Yeah? By
you.
How so?
Simply so.
Do they sit back and defend?
Even if they play their football, they're still going to get chowed in Egypt. Percy is not Ahly.
You said
Percy is not Ahly.
Percy is the machine for Ahly.
No, I never said Percy was the machine.
How?
All I said was players and people were wondering why he didn't play the first game in Orlando. I didn't say he was the machine. All I'm saying is, Egypt.
Hey, Mo, you're contradicting yourself.
No, fine. We'll look for that clip. We'll look for that clip.
We go to the last game, head to head. In Orlando, they played a 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
They're in Ahly now. They're in Egypt. Are we expecting the same 0-0 draw?
No, don't expect.
Are we expecting goals galore?
Look, I'm not expecting like a 5-goal thriller, but I'm expecting at least 3 goals to be scored, and I believe that the winning side will edge it with a late goal. So I think, in my opinion, not to go too far, Ahly is going to win this game, Chief. They just want to top the group. They want to top the group. They want to win this game. Pirates will finish second. It hurts to hear, but that's I get you came here to see my prediction. You logged in, you said, I'm going to go watch Betfred YouTube because I want to hear what Mo has to say this week. That's what I have to say. Isopela with Ahly as the winners and Pirates sitting second in the group.
Squad rotation?
Do
we see new faces at Orlando Pirates or same 11, the trusted 11?
I mean, once a group looks like this, 11, 10, 6, you don't expect the coach to go all out. But at the same time, you play against the best team in Africa. You have to make a statement. So Jose Riviero won't want to go there with a weak side just because he's qualified. I don't see him as that kind of coach. He's going to want to put his best foot forward. He's going to want to play his best football because this is the kind of team you would have faced in the final of the CAF Champions League anyway. History shows that for the past 6 to 7 years. So obviously you want to make a statement to say, even if this was like a do-or-die match, we're still going to come out with the result. Because if you look at it on aggregate, I mean, the aggregate at this moment is sitting 0-0 from the first leg, if you were to look at it as a knockout format. So obviously for me personally, I think if he goes there and he plays, he set up Yoguti, he's going to rest his best players. What is the motivation for that? We know you've qualified, but you don't have a bigger match besides this currently taking place. So you can't even rest those players and say, no, I'm resting them because I'm going to play Royal AM next week. You understand?
But what about squad rotation? Keep in mind, if Mfukeng gets injured tomorrow, who fills his space? Isn't this a game where you test, if I try and bring in so and so?
But I don't think there's motivation for that. I mean, if anything, it's not the kind of the time in the year where you have to, especially from a perspective where if you think about it, there's no Africa Cup of Nations taking place now in February. You understand? There's probably going to be an international break. Those players are going to rest anyway. So what do you have to lose? You can rest those players against Royal AM if you want to rest them that badly. You understand? But right now, it's a matter of like you guys are new to this competition. Not saying that they're completely new, but it's been a while since you've been consistently qualifying for the competition. Second of all, Jose Riviero's trying to make a statement in his career because already people are looking at him beyond our borders to say that guy has done amazing things at Pirates. You understand? So obviously, he's not going to go against this team and take it lightly. I mean, it's a Ahly, chief. These guys are playing in the FIFA Club World Cup now in June, July. So you have to make a statement and say, as Orlando Pirates, we managed to not just avoid losing to Ahly this season, but we also managed to beat them away. You understand? So if you risk the, we've qualified, let's rest. I mean, we did what we did. I expected them to do that against Belouizdad and say, let's play it gentle because already mathematically we can still go through. But like you said, they came out guns blazing. They played their football. They won the game 2-0. In fact, it was the cleanest win I've seen in a while. In terms of, the CAF Champions League. They came in there confidently. So obviously I think the confidence will continue. Plus, Pirates players will also be hungry to play against Al Ahly in Egypt. You understand? Because they know the world is watching now. They know that not only are the South African fans now looking at them and knowing names like Mfukeng and whatever. They know the world is now watching to say, hey, who are these guys who are making a splash in the CAF Champions League? So obviously there's a lot of pride at stake, not only for the players, but for the coach, for the coaching staff, for the fans. So do you want to come home and say, but guys, we qualified? Or you want to come home and say we beat Al Ahly in Egypt? I think they want to go for the second one.
So with all that said, we're expecting a thrill again.
I'm expecting Pirates to play their football. I'm expecting Al Ahly to play their football. Al Ahly has been a big boy for a very long time, so you won't even expect them to park a pass or sit back. They won't say we've qualified. Like I said, they'll want to top the group because that's the way the statement is now. That's all they're playing for at the moment, to top the group. So I think both teams will go for it, but I think Al Ahly has more gas than Orlando Pirates and they'll win the game.
And I think in this game, these last games, it's actually kind of a feel with how the knockout stage will be like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best of the best now.
I mean, think about it, like I said, Orlando Pirates, for them, they would have met this team in the final, if they played the CAF Champions League and made it to the final in the past 3, 4, 5 campaigns. So it's a big game. It's a big game for Pirates. For Al Ahly, I don't think so. I don't think Mo and uThisha from Egypt are sitting there going, yeah, Pirates is big.
Oh, I disagree. I disagree, Mo.
Guys, what do you think?
I disagree.
You think Mo and uThisha from Egypt are sitting there going, Pirates are big team?
They're scared of Pirates, Baba.
There's no way.
They're scared of Pirates.
There's no way.
I'm sure they have social media also. But I'm being wanted by Barcelona.
So when you say they have social media, right? You're saying that Pirates is dominating social media in Egypt.
Oh, Pirates. In Africa. Come on.
You know what this is like?
I say Al Ahly. I say Al Ahly fears Pirates more than Sundowns.
You know what's happening right now? In Egypt, they're sitting there, they're Googling Pirates like we Googled young Africans last year. Remember semi-finals? They're Googling there. Who is this Pirates?
Never.
They're
asking themselves, why is Pirates not going to the Clubs World Cup?
Maybe they only know it because of Upito and what's the guy's name, man? I see now the name. Pass it down. Maybe they know Pirates, but even then they know Sundowns.
So you're saying Pirates is small?
There's levels, dog.
Pirates is a small team.
There's levels, dog.
What I see, Valimo, head on the block.
You know what's crazy? I just want to say this. This same conversation is funny because but I'm gonna end up talking about the other team. Let me not do that. Let me just keep.
All right, don't do that.
Let me not do that.
There's a great history. If Pirates actually Ahly trickles 2-0. That's where the history started.
Yeah.
Which we lost 3-0 like his.
What year was that?
Team. I forget the year. I say Val. Head on the
What I'm
block.
saying is uThisha and Umo was in Egypt. They're not stressing like we are. They're probably not saying like what I say. They're basically saying the same predictions that I just said. They're saying, man, Pirates who? Al-Ahly's gonna win this game.
Let's confirm. You're saying Al-Ahly is taking all 3 points?
Yeah, Al-Ahly's taking all 3 points.
Guys, you heard more. His prediction is Al-Ahly is taking all 3 points. What do you have to say? Do you agree with Mo or do you disagree with Mo? Personally, I say Pirates is going to give Al-Ahly a run.
Why?
For the money.
Why? Because it's Pirates. Because it's Pirates. Because it's Pirates.
Let's move on to our second game. But the Pirates is going to give Al-Ahly a run for their money.
As a Sundowns fan, you have to start asking yourself a question of how long are you going to live on this side of the fence? Where last season, 80th minute, it came in Pelile, 3-0, 2-0. You're relaxed. You're like, sweetie, let's grand. Now your games are going to the 92nd minute. You have Bladila.